Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel.
Yep, we definitely want to welcome everybody who's new, everybody who keeps coming back for more. Thanks.
My condolences.
We really love to have you. No, truly. We really love to have everybody who keeps coming back and supporting our channel. We love you all. And we love getting your comments.
Absolutely.
We absolutely love them. It might take us a while to respond to them, but we will respond to them.
Absolutely.
So,
what's up, Duck?
What's up, what?
Duck.
Duck.
Oh, it's Duck.
She mixed too. Did you see that? She mixed too. I think Evie would do a better job, huh?
I don't think she wants to be up here. She's got her ears down.
Oh.
You ought to let her go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think you ought to let her go.
Well, so this particular video, we found a very inexpensive doll, but she's actually quite special. She is an ideal Toni doll, and she's what? She's a P90.
She's a P90.
Yep, but she's got some special attributes. She has a horizontal part.
Yes,
which is rare. That's in. We'll show it to you. It's in her wig. Her dress is original,
and it needed considerable reconstruction.
Yeah, restoration.
So we're going to teach that.
Yes. Yeah, it's
so
not
you can learn instead of throwing the dress away. You're going to see it. It looks like brand new, and you're going to see how we did it.
Mm-hmm. So although you are going to see a little bit of us, cleaning up the doll, mainly this particular video is about restoring an original ideal Toni dress.
And she's a 1949 we found.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing, there's another thing that's special. I didn't know about this doll because I was working on her dress. So when I got to her hair, ouch.
Well, we're going to go into all that when we get in the video. So I just think we ought to go do it.
Yes, I can't wait to do her hair.
Mm-hmm.
Her hair is unique. I haven't done a nylon wig. That matted.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Ready, Freddie.
Here we go.
Well, this is a sweet little P90 Toni from Ideal.
Mm-hmm.
And
P90 means she's 14 inches tall. If this is your first video with us.
She has a horizontal part, which is not often seen.
Right? They're usually...
she has a full head of hair, even though they braided it. Wouldn't you like to have a braid like that for yourself?
That'll never happen.
Not with our hair.
Nope.
But the part that's going to be the hardest on this doll is her dress.
Now, you might have seen this little girl in one of our other videos where we were showing you how to take care of a vintage organza. And this little girl has got a vintage organza trim all over her original ideal Toni dress. Actually, we found this exact doll.
With a horizontal part in Judith Eisen's
ideal. It's a book on all ideal dolls, and she's in it.
Third edition, Judith Eisen, third edition. She's in it, and if you look really closely, it does look like she has a horizontal part. So what I wanted, the biggest problem is this is all ripped and it looks like it's not repairable. And you can see that it's as stiff as a board. I want to tell you that I will not sew this dress back together once I soften it by washing it. I will not sew it. Actually, it broke. Her button just gave way. Do you see that? That's her buttonhole. And it just gave way.
Mm-hmm.
But also here is the remnants
of her
original tag. And you can see how it's kind of rolling up. You notice I don't want to pull it down because that could crack like a potato chip.
Right. First we're going to wash it, but we're going to wash it in a new way. It's a new way for us.
I'm hoping, I don't want to use OxyClean because I do not want to lose color. OxyClean is great for the white but I don't want to lose any of the pink, and I definitely do not know how it will react to the organza as far as color wise. I have thought about using OxyClean and just leave it in there just for a short time. So it's going to be an experiment on this dress.
But this is a before and after. So she's a P90 ideal, vintage ideal Toni doll. She's a strung doll. And let's see the front of her.
Okay, yes.
And so really we're just going to show you.
She's made of the lighter weight plastic.
We're going to show you how you're going to attempt to fix her original dress. And she's going to get herself, she's going to be clean on the inside, on the outside.
Oh, she does have rust on her. Of course, the bars have rust.
Right. But we're not necessarily going to go into all that because you can see videos. If you go to our channel, you can see videos on cleaning the inside of an ideal Toni doll. And really, we're going to work on this beautiful little dress.
Let me look and see what she's got for stringing.
Is it original?
It's original.
It's original. Okay. Well, I just think we ought to get to it.
Yes.
And see
there you go.
What we can do to bring her dress and her back to life.
Yes, it'll be interesting.
So this is what we're going to use on our little dress.
Oh, where is that dress?
We haven't ever used it before, but it is supposed to, as you can see on the bag, it's supposed to take a textile from the aged to looking new again, and we're going to try it. Rather than use OxyClean, we're going to try this.
I took off the bows. This doesn't want to let go. I took off the bows because I do not want them to, what do you call it?
Well, they're black and they might bleed.
Yeah, bleed. There you go. Okay.
So what the package says is you're supposed to put 3 to 4 tablespoons of this product in warm water for every gallon. Well, we're not going to use a gallon. So I'm going to estimate we're kind of going to use a half a gallon in this tub. And so we're going to use 1 to maybe 2 tablespoons of the Retro Clean. And it suggests that you leave it in there for 48 hours.
If you have sun, we don't ever have sun.
No, it has nothing to do with that. They said 48 hours.
You can put it in the sun.
You can, to keep the water warm, but we're just going to kind of see what happens.
Yes, so where's, oh, there it is, 1, 2. And there aren't any socks to worry about, so who cares if the thing is open. So this is what's happening with this dress. It's an experiment. If it doesn't work, I will take my chances with short-term OxyClean. But right now,
Which one? I use something that's a little more gentle.
yes, try to keep the color. I don't want to lose the color. I was supposed to stir that, but it doesn't matter because I could see that it went right away. You can see it's already dissolved. Okay, so my precious little dress is already happy. It's not brittle.
Okay, so it says 48 hours. I don't know if we're going to keep it in there for 48 hours.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
But we're just going to kind of play it by ear.
Yes.
Ooh, she's floating.
She's very pretty.
Well, it definitely looks brighter.
Yeah, she does look brighter. And it didn't take very long for that brightness to show itself. But it has been 24 hours just because we've had life.
It took that long. It just sort of took that long.
Yeah, life got in the way. So, and since it said it could stay there that long, I just let it stay there that long. And so now I'm going to, of course, I'm going to treat it delicately. When you're working with a organza, you're going to treat it that way, just the way it is.
So what you're going to do is you're going to rinse out some of the OxyClean.
I'm going to rinse.
Oh, it's not OxyClean, sorry.
No, it's not. It's Retro.
It's Retro Clean.
I'm just going to give it a little rinse in some warm water. And you can see that it doesn't look like there's no bubbles of soap. But it did, seem to be gentle and kind.
Wonderful. So I
So
guess maybe on our very, very, very delicate fabrics, this might be something we try.
yes. And so this is just some laundry soap. Just a tiny little.
Tiniest bit.
Very tiny bit. And this is the reason I'm doing this is because there are oils and things of that nature.
But you're not going to wring it.
Oh my gosh, no.
You're not going to scrub it.
No, this is all I'm doing. This is organza. You treat it as like the thinnest glass there ever was.
Okay. So after she does that, she's going to...
Even when I pick it up.
Are you going to? I mean, I said it before and you disagreed with me. So
What?
are you actually going to use a little softener on it?
I actually am.
Okay. So she's going to do this. She's going to rinse it all off. She's going to put a tiny little bit of laundry softener. This is the kind that we use.
Well, I laid it out
And she made sure that she laid out all of the...
as much as I could.
Of the
Yeah, I tried to bring the slip down a little bit.
This is an attached slip.
Yes, because it's there's your remnant of your...
And this is how she's going to dry it very, very, very gently in a washcloth. And she's just going to
I don't like
roll it up very gently, no squeezing, no wringing, just a little patting.
So here is our precious, fragile organza. Toni, ideal Toni. Doll dress. You can see we have some problems in the slip area, which are totally repairable. But we are going to treat it with kid gloves all the way around. Now let's get, so this doesn't take forever. You can see they sewed the organza here, and you can see that it does unravel.
Fray.
Good. And it looks also to me like the lace is totally intact, even though it has separated. See, I will join this together. This will be joined together. And I can't sew, and I would suggest, see how this is sewn? I would suggest you don't do that because there's nothing to sew to. So what we're going to have to do in this case is I'm going to flatten out all this lace. It looks like the lace is no good, but when I do this and I gently separate, you can see that the lace is all there, and you can see that it's frayed right here. But a little fabric. She's trying to.
Are you trying to steal the video again?
That's called a Chihuahua photobomb. Were you doing cute all over my blanket?
She was, and she stopped.
She says, well, the camera's on me. Of course I'm going to stop. Okay. So what I am going to do after I iron this, because I need to iron these out, these pleats. They're not pleats. They were supposed to be ruffles. But over the decades, I have to do that. And I have to do all the lace. That's when after I'm done with that is when I evaluate and probably glue, because there's nothing to sew to, so I'll glue.
So what she's going to use is if you've seen our videos before, she's going to use a very low heat iron.
Oh yes, you can grab that. Forgot to bring it up. Here's our lovely iron that it has one heat.
I'll put I will put a link to where you can get this.
I see something on it. I'll take it
in
off.
the description.
Oh, I know what it is. I must have hit a little bit.
And let's see the other.
And this is the Fabric Fusion.
Yep.
Toothpick, pointed end. So that you put the tiniest little bit, and then I use those little clips. Did you want to grab a couple of clips?
We can.
Okay.
But first, you're going to iron it.
At first, yes. And I noticed here, but I will use one thread. This is going to get sewn. I'm going to iron it, flatten it the way it's supposed to be, and then I will use one thread to repair the lace. The lace will be repaired. It's like darning a sock.
I've never, I've always wondered how you darn a sock.
I don't know how to darn a sock, but it's like darning a sock. And do you see these rips in the organza? Well, you can want. It'll just look like a little bit of you won't see it. They will disappear. So I think the hardest part for me, I mean, this is all tedious, but the hardest part is I'm going to join this where her buttonhole was.
What? Are you speaking? Are you talking to us?
She's talking to the people. Don't tell me she doesn't know there's people on the other side of that thing.
You do? Can you say hi to them?
Crazy.
Oh, you did. Oh, you did.
Yeah, well,
I know. But we have to finish.
Yes, we've work to do here, so enough chi-chi.
So you may have seen this in another video. Maybe not. It depends on how many of our videos you've seen. But this is your way of
ironing.
Well, yeah, it's kind of ironing. It's
ironing. It is ironing. It's my word for what I do. I watched my mother do all that when I was a child. And you get all the creases and stuff. But in this case, I actually need to do this so that I can repair the damage.
So she's going to put in some stuffing.
So I'm putting the stuffing.
Let the sleeve dry.
So I'm going to spread the sleeve as much as I can.
She won't be using an iron on the sleeves.
No. Oh, only on the lace.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the sleeve itself.
No, won't be using any of that. So I'm going to stuff this sleeve for a very good reason. I need to be able to heal the sleeve.
Well, I see a break in it.
That's my point. So I want to spread the sleeve as much as I can.
You want to be careful that you're not that your seams can take the amount of stuffing that you are putting in.
Oh, absolutely.
If you have a seam that does not seem to be taking it, then you don't want to put in any more stuffing.
No. And I'm also leaving it so that I can go back and hand first I'll iron it and then I'll hand sew the lace. But do you see how it looks like there's a crease here? I'm going to take off this fraying part, and then I'm going to turn under and do this and do this. And no one will ever know.
But before you put the clip on,
I glued it.
Yeah, you forgot that part.
Yeah, I forgot. That's why you use a tiny little toothpick, and I will glue it.
Okay, so let's get to ironing it.
And, well, here we are separating gently. Separating the lace.
So you're going to separate it so that it's not all bunched up.
Yeah, and of course I pick a part that's really hard to get an iron on. And I see a hole there, which I will repair.
Then you're very gently going to iron it.
And I'm pulling kind of backwards with the iron. Because when it was new, it was flat. And you saw all the little ridges. And that's pretty much my goal. To have it look like it did when it came out of the box. But you have to be so very, very careful.
It's time consuming, but it's worth it.
Well, here is just another stage of repairing this very delicate organza cotton vintage ideal Toni
Really isn't that complicated.
Dress. What? The repair or saying what it is?
The repair is definitely complicated, but the dress itself, it's an ideal Toni dress, and it's vintage. That's
See,
about it.
we need her to do that because I am so I concentrate so hard. It sounds like I'm very somber. I am just concentrating because there isn't a somber bone in my body. I'm funny.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you are, but I don't know that everybody else thinks so.
They don't live here.
Yeah, I'll clue you. Okay, so.
If I sound somber, I'm concentrating.
Or tired.
I'm always tired.
Okay, come on. So we've got all these clips. Tell everybody what you did.
Okay, so you can see here, and that needs repair. You can see here.
Well, we see where it needs to be repaired. I want to know.
Well, that's showing what I did. So you can see here that this needs to be gathered, to be able to join to this.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have my pins, which I can move the lace. See, I joined it here, and I used the pins to get the pin to move the little bitty lace in the position it's supposed to be in. So I have repaired some of the lace. Here was a hole. I don't even know what it's going to look like. You're going to see it right along with me. Here was a hole, and I still have a little bit of a hole, but it's not going to matter because it's going to join the sleeve like that. Okay. There was a nice little break in.
Yeah, we saw that last time.
Right, so now I gotta just separate. Okay, I'll need a little water to separate that. It's really hard to clip it because it can clip to itself, but I can separate that with a tad bit of water. Anyway, I am going to use, because I had a hole to fill, this collar will not stay down, but I can make it stay down to the sleeve and it will be fine.
So what about all your clips back here?
All these clips here, let's take these two off because it's on the cotton, it's easier. They were not joined. And I had to fix the lace. So this is a whole pile of fixed lace. And here I will go back and do tiny little things. Well, there's a piece of thread I have to take care of. And that is almost fixed. There is a nice little big hole here.
A nice little big hole. Everybody wants a hole in their dress.
And it's not quite dry. And when it dries, if it's shiny, all you do is take a tiny little dab of water on your finger and you just go over that and nobody will see the shine anymore. It'll take the shine away, but it won't open up. So this is joined to cover it. This was a nice big hole, but I want it to dry longer. And
well, you don't have to take them all off. I just wanted to show everybody what you were doing.
You can still see it shiny. That means it's isn't dry. And this is where it was separated from the organza. And then you turn it. I will, when it's dry, flip it down like that. And there will be a...
It'll be fixed.
Well, as you can see, I've been working on this dress.
Quite a bit.
Yes. There's her slip repaired. So I'm going to, because we couldn't have you watch every step, because I've been doing it for hours. So here's your fabric fusion. And if you have some organza, see the organza, you just put not that much. You just put a little strip. Now I wipe it off with my tissue because I want to use my toothpick again. And I'm going to close this up because I'm not going to use it. And I'm going to need a pin handy. And I'm going to use my pin to bring my lace over because it's just really hard to do it. one without it. The lace either twists, then you take a clip and clip it in place. Now you can see I want to do that by hand, but I can't. It wants to just do its own thing. So I use the pin to try and get it where I want it. Come on, come on. I don't think it won't fight you because, I don't know, in my life everything does.
Does that.
And now I'm towards, you can see that we have lost fabric. I did trim off some of this excess fray, but I want to join this together. And then I'm going to have to take one thread and go through and gather it so that the lace, because it's not going to match. You see it's missing.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do is, where's my fabric fusion? I just want to make a good line there. And I am going to flip it on itself. Turn my fabric over. Where's my trusty pin? Don't get thread in the way. And make sure that, what do I see? I'm seeing something I don't understand. All right. There. That I understand. And now I take two clips and then a clip. And then when you turn it around, it's going to look like one of these. You know, one of these natural, normal. One more thing. Okay, so what you do is take one thread, go into a secure place. Don't pull hard, never pull hard, just till it stops. Back stitch so you can hold it in place. It doesn't go anywhere. It probably has some glue there. Doesn't matter. That's good. I don't want to lose my basis for my gather. And then you go through and gather your lace. Of course, if there's a button or something to find, my thread will find it. And you gather that until it fits the lace, the length of the part that you are going to join it to. So I've gathered it to be about the length of the part that it's going to be attached to. So I am going to seal this end because I don't want to lose it. Just going to put a simple knot in it. Nobody will ever see it. It's a single thread. It's good. It is not a problem. And I'll wait for that to dry. And then I'll do what I did here, back here, where you just put it on there and glue it. Now, I'm going to get rid of this needle out of my mouth, close up my, tell me when. Okay, so you had seen that this had a pretty bad separation, and this one had actually lost material, and this had lost a significant amount of material, and I had to remake the buttonhole. But I used the frayed material, it's original material, and thread to make my added piece of material that was missing. Okay, and I kind of did something similar there, only I didn't use thread. And look, see see this? This is what happens to, that's the way my mom did it. That will not come out. that little crease is there for good. Okay, so another thing I did after I fixed all the wounded lace, this wants to roll up always on these particular dresses.
Mm-hmm.
So I just, what do you call that? Basted?
Mm-hmm.
Did a little basted, and I basted it down. I didn't change anything of, what it originally was, except that it's not going to roll up on itself like it does naturally. Isn't that pretty?
Mm-hmm.
And here is the remnant of my fixing on the holes that were here. I used thread here, and I used glue another place. So it's almost finished.
Almost ready to go on the doll.
Well, our special little girl with a horizontal part had a problem because they were trying to take care of her hair, and they actually damaged it. This was the worst matted, damaged nylon I have ever come across. What they did was they put it in a ponytail, braided it, and put a rubber band down here, and the rubber band melted into the hair.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see it almost looks like saran.
Yep. So what you're going to do is you're going to go wash it, and then we're actually going to use the
iron on it.
And we're going to show you guys just a really quick little peek of that.
Well, here she is with her hair washed, and it felt like I was washing saran.
Well, really quick, just for anybody that this might be your first video, she got her hair washed just with some soap, and then she got
laundry softener, conditioner.
Right. You can see all of that on a different video.
So what I'm going to do is, most people, mostly we have done this on saran, but this time it's going to be, this Toni hair was so damaged, we're going to show you that it will not hurt your Toni to have the same method used.
This is water she's putting on it.
It's just water.
You want to get it very, very wet.
And I'm using a very fine comb. See that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm using a very fine comb because you can see it's like a Brillo pad. Well, if you put heat on that, you're just encouraging the damage. So what I'm doing, I wet it a lot, and I am working my way down, and I'm making it
as straight as possible.
As straight as possible. We're going to do a pass.
Now, after she does that, I want to show you something.
While she's doing that,
this is the curling iron that we're using, and we're using it on 160. It's very important, if you're going to do this, that you have a digital readout on your curling iron, and that you stay at 160. Please do not go above 160. Now, this particular curling iron doesn't seem to be available right now at Amazon. So I'm going to put in the description of the video, I'm going to put one that is similar. We haven't used that one before, but all of the specs say that it's essentially the same thing.
So what I'm doing is making a pass over it, because I want to get those fibers flat. That is the goal, is to flatten it. It's wet enough. I don't have to put more water on it.
Make sure there's lots of water.
Yeah.
Do not do this on dry hair.
So you see, do you see this?
Mm-hmm.
And now you're seeing restored hair. Do you see that?
Yep.
And so I take my scissors, and if there's any, little stragglers, sometimes you can go over, especially with saran, you can go over 10 times and not heal the hair. Her hair is healing in less than 10 times, that's for sure.
But it is nylon.
But it is nylon, and nylon is a better fiber.
And we're going to go to her review.
Yes.
Here we go. Well, I guess you might call that a dress resurrection.
Yes.
Because yes, everybody, it definitely looked like it was headed for the trash can. But
it's
you
actually,
did it, though.
It looks, it's in the condition that it was when it was bought.
You did it. You
Except
brought
for
it back.
all we have is this little fray,
Yeah, but
from her.
It's from her tag, but
Yeah.
a lot of Toni dresses have that.
Her hair came out well. I didn't want it to curl that much, but I needed to restring her.
But look how soft it is, everybody. Look how soft. Back to being the beautiful Toni nylon.
Bloop.
Yep, she's a gorgeous girl. I hope everybody really enjoyed watching this video on repairing this original dress. Yes, the organza. Oh. If you're new to our channel, welcome. And if you would like to subscribe and stick around, we'd love to have you. We really do appreciate our subscribers. And if you'd like to give this video a like, that would be wonderful too.
Mm-hmm.
And she's ready to go.
Yes.
Cute little girl.
I'm very, very pleased with her dress. So dresses that look like, especially when they're organza and they've got all these splits and everything, it's tedious maybe. It takes time, but they can be restored.
It's worth the time.
I think it's worth the time.
Well, so, are you ready?
Oh, yes.
Go for it.
Just remember, it is possible to do it yourself.
And you really needed to know that one for this one. Yep, it is possible. All right. We'll see everybody next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.